What's up, guys? How you doing? My name is Franky Sticks. Oh, maybe we have to switch presentation, or is it like, look at this. So about a month ago, goddamn, do you hear this reverb? So about a month ago, CreativeMornings asked me to do a talk. They said like, yo, we're doing a talk about rhythm. Think you should come speak. I'm like, usually I talk with my hands, but all right, let's do it. So here we are. Today we're gonna talk about finding your rhythm, visualizing and vocalizing it. I think everyone has rhythm, but we come to that later. First I'm gonna introduce myself a little bit. I'm Franky Sticks, 32 years old. I'm an artist and a DJ. Some of my work is in the commercial domain, like this box I made for New Balance. Was a commercial we did last year. Some of my works are a little bit bigger. This is in a basketball court I painted last year for the NBA in Rotterdam, and it's all about to transform an old basketball court into this new space to people for people to meet and keep the basketball community thriving. Another work is a big mural I did for Boymans Museum in 2021. It was all about their new location at Boymans Zuid. You can check that out as Hillevliet if you like to. Besides that, I started out my career as designing posters. Logos for parties, for friends, organizing stuff together. So sometimes maybe you see one of my works somewhere, but you don't really know that it's me, but now you see. Besides that, I work in many different mediums. So 2 years ago, I started out doing rugs, and it was a commission from my friend Moods, as a producer, and he asked me yo, can you make an album cover for me? And I was like, yeah, I just bought this stuffing gun from AliExpress, and I just wanna fuck around with it, you know, So I budgeted all my budget in new garments and stuff, and we made this big rug of 3 by 3 meters. The concept was about when we released the record, we cut it up into 100 pieces, and you had 100 exclusive real record sleeves. So that was fun. We're back. If I got some time left, I work in my studio to do some painting. These some paintings that I made in September. So yeah, that's about the visual part. But there's a funny thing. CreativeMornings asked me to do a talk about rhythm, and I feel like in my daily life I don't have rhythm at all. You know, in the weekends I work myself in sort of a jet lag, and during the week I try to pick it up. So this is usually not my morning tempo. My body starts to wake up around 11 o'clock. So besides that, I'm a teacher at Hip Hop House. I give DJ classes for about 5 years to pass the torch towards younger generations, spread knowledge about not only about DJing but also the whole art and craft about hip hop. Besides that, I'm also part of the Refreshed Orchestra. We are an orchestra with 16 people. There's a picture of a show we did last month at Concertgebouw. So sometimes we work with vocalists. Well, it's always a different group of vocalists. So sometimes it's a Dutch group. One time we did a show with Ghostface Killah from the Wu-Tang Clan. So it's always different people we invite to make music with. And yeah, this was a video. It's very pixelated, by the way. But it was last weekend. We also organized events. There was a party we did last weekend at Mono. It was really fun. I mainly play hip hop, but nowadays also play electronic music. So yeah, all that, I'm really a music lover. I grew up as a musical kid, really down into the arts, collected everything that had to do with music, my dad's record collection, songs I listened to on the television, and I really collected everything I could get my hands on. So I was as a 90s kid growing up in Zeeland, It's a small town called Middelburg. Like I was heavily influenced by hip hop, so that always gravitated me with my friends towards Rotterdam. Cause yeah, I don't know, this is where our inspiration was, you know. So it feels like I was born in Zeeland, but Rotterdam gave me rhythm. Bars. Yeah, let's check it out. What is rhythm? I think it already been said, is a visual or auditory pattern created by repeated shapes, elements, colors, sounds, and movements. I think like when we usually think about rhythm, we think about music, but rhythm is everywhere. It's like in our body, the way we breathe, the way the sun comes up and it goes down, tides fade away and all that stuff. I think like the human body operates and like will react to different rhythms around us. Also, when we look at art, so I would ask you a thing like, okay, how would you react if you be in a room with this rhythm? Like, anyone? How does it make you feel? How would you react, Lewis? Groovy, right? Okay, cool. So yeah, I'm gonna show like two works, and they're very vibrant works. This is a work of my friend Nobu Kanya. She's also a great artist from Rotterdam. Check her out if you don't know her. And like this work is very flowy, right? It has a flowy rhythm because it will move your eye all over the canvas. The next work is from my friend Nasif Lopulissa, I share my studio with. And it's also a very colorful work, but it's more like like a regular rhythm because it's made out of squares and like lines. So it will give you maybe a little bit more of a calm feeling. Let me see. I bought a little note to check where I'm at. So is rhythm something we can, something natural, or is it something we can learn? I think like everyone has rhythm, but it's definitely like a sort of a muscle we have to train. We have to go to the gym, we have to work out. So in this session, we're exploring the idea of rhythm and how we can develop our internal sense of rhythm and develop a consistency, control, and groove and patterns to build a stronger sense of rhythm. So, I brought like a little work I made last month in Krooswijk. It was actually a work with a lot of rhythm. And it's visualizing that rhythm. It was a mural I did in a tunnel. And like the main crowds of the people, they will pass the tunnel with a car. So it was actually a rhythm you pass through with your car, and like you can just pick out different elements of that mural. So you can read it like horizontally, like vertical, like diagonally, but also some elements will speak to each other. So like 90 cultures, like so some characters will speak with each other, you know, interact with each other. So it's all about like every time when you move through that tunnel, you make your own new rhythm every day. So hopefully it doesn't get boring when you live there, and it's like after 5 years you still can find a new rhythm every day, you know? So finding your rhythm. How do I find my rhythm? I think like the first thing you do is observe and we listen. So we check out what's happening around us. You put yourself in a surrounding that you could be able to open to a new rhythm. Take an action. Oh shit, how can I do that? Yes. Take action, so practice your craft, do it over and over again until it becomes like a system. Set rules. So when I first started out, I did like a lot of different illustration styles, and eventually I said to myself, okay, you know, I'm only gonna draw hands for a year, only with a marker. And that was my rule, and that eventually made me force myself to be in like in a new rhythm. So if you're comfortable in that rhythm, take action, go outside, meet people, collaborate, and eventually break down your rhythm to create a new one. So this is a proof that everyone has rhythm. This is a DJ workshop I gave like I think 10 years ago some pretty ladies from the Palmboom, I think it's called. That's like the elderly home at the Kruiskade. Yeah, it was very, very fun. So yeah, I think it's time to go to the gym because we have to to warm up a little bit. So under your chair, you're pretty seated. There's a paper. So I want you to fold the paper in half, like the three papers, so you have like a little bit of a stable base. And I want you to take a marker and open the small side, not the big flat side, just only with the small tip. What we're gonna do is we are gonna, let's see, yes. So we're gonna make some drawings to start of the day to warm yourself up. And it's about training the muscle, you know, the rhythm is a muscle we're gonna train today. It's about like, if I ask you to draw, let's say, a rabbit in 30 seconds, it's not yet, don't start. But it's like, you don't have the time to think about the most pretty rabbit you ever seen. Is it Bugs Bunny or is it like Ninja or whatever, you know? So you will eventually like draw from like the first impulse you think, you know? So it's like less thinking, more doing, and we create a rhythm. So after these 30 seconds, I'm gonna tell you a new word and you're gonna make a drawing next to it, or maybe you wanna make one big composition. So that's all up to you. So make sure you don't make your drawings too big. Make them like, you fit maybe like 6 drawings on one paper, you know? Like we're gonna make one sort of composition. All right, are you ready? Okay, let's work out. I'm also gonna, it's gonna be very funny, talking and doing all this stuff at the same time. I'm gonna set a timer, and I'm gonna just draw with you. So the first word is a cat. Right. So, it's not the most pretty cat ever, but it's a cat. The next word is gonna be a car. Let's draw a car. Ten seconds. All right. For the next round, we're gonna do, let's do a bunch of grapes. A bunch of grapes. Grapes, druiven. Right. The next up is a shoe. Like, draw your own version of a shoe. Maybe it's a heel, maybe it's a boot. I don't know what, but draw a shoe. Oh. It's a very fancy shoe. Okay. The next one is an instrument. A music instrument. Okay, shit. Okay, that was a little longer than expected. So, any word? Anyone? Shit? A fruit. Okay. Okay, and the very last one. Do you got more? You got any space left on your sheet? A squirrel. God damn. Okay, or you're gonna draw a squirrel or a horse. One out of the two. Okay, shit. A squirrel. Oh shit, already fucked up. I think I never drew a squirrel in my life.
You're really missing out. My life is squirrels.
I think it's like a mouse and a squirrel. All right. It's like a mouse, a squirrel, and a dinosaur, or something like that. So, this is a fun way to warm up every day, to train your muscle. So let's say, this is the perfect example. So this is the first time I drew a squirrel. And like, I think if I go to the gym every day and draw a squirrel, my squirrel in 30 days, you're not ready for my squirrel, you know? We're gonna work out this month. So yeah, it's a way to tickle your brain, to get out of your comfort zone, and to create some sort of rhythm, you know, like every day, just to practice some regular element. Because I'm both like vocal and like visual, I also want to focus a little bit on the visual aspect of rhythm, like the vocal aspect of rhythm. I'm sorry. So yeah, like I think from 2016 I've been able to call myself a professional DJ. I earn my rent, everything I do with my craft. So I will like oh shit. The same with illustration, and Yeah, besides illustration, I organize my own club nights, do radio shows, private events, corporate events, and like I think a lot of like festivals, that kind of stuff. For the ones that don't know, I started out before I got into club DJing with turntablism. Anyone knows what turntablism is? No? Actually, do you know what scratching is? Okay, right. So that's a little bit what turntablism is. It's a bit hard to talk and do stuff at the same time, but it's actually like manipulating sounds with your turntable to make new rhythms. It could be a drum break. So, I have two of the same beats on each turntable, and I'm just gonna make loops of these beats. And maybe I'm gonna add some new elements of the same beat to the other beat to make a new rhythm, right? Let's try it a little bit. Let's explore. So first I'm gonna loop it. And maybe I'm gonna add another drum into it. Or maybe I also can slow the rhythm down. Okay, I fucked up. It's early, you know? All right. So there's a little bit of an example what you can do with two the same drum breaks, but at the same time, I started off doing it with scratching, and this is an element I still use in like mixes, but also a lot when I perform with my orchestra. Sometimes I mimic a sound of a vocal with a scratch, or sometimes it's like a trumpet I play, you know. So since you all know what scratching is, like it's a sound, but I can like manipulate it back and forth to make different rhythms, different octaves. I'm gonna show you a little bit in the end what you can do with it. But it's for me, it's a way of communicating with the world. Like I can't sing, but like I can sort of like sing with my hands in form of a scratch, you know. So let me see. I'm gonna show you a little bit what we can do with a cut. So you can imagine we can mimic every sound in the world with this. If like you would sing, I can mimic it with my turntable, so that's how I communicate with the world. But how if I'm playing with my band, they don't know what the fuck I'm doing. I also don't know what they are doing. I can't read notes. I don't know what an octave is or whatever. So I have to like find a way how to like write it down somehow, but also how to remember it. Because sometimes when my band is playing some melody, I have to translate it into sort of a rhythm. So that's what we're gonna do today. We're gonna vocalize some rhythms. This is me, a long time ago, with my crew. There's like a little scratch nerd society in the Netherlands. So sometimes we come together with a lot of DJ nerds, music nerds, and we just scratch for like 2 days, you know. So some guy he invented a sort of way of like a notation for scratches. There are more than 1,000 different cuts. I'm not gonna be going into detail about that because then we have to have another session after this. But if you want to know, you can come to Hip Hop House. I give classes. So yeah, it's like a periodic matrix of scratches. It's like a sort of like sheet music, but for scratch nerds. I can break it down a little bit, like the very basic. So the upward and downward zigzag is actually the movement of my record hand. So up, down, and like the vertical stripes are actually clicks of my fader, and my fader is just an on and an off button actually. So that's how we can translate all these different sounds and rhythms into sort of like an understanding for scratch nerds. But for the rest of the world, no one will ever see this. So yeah, like I think we have to break it down. So at the heart of the rhythm lies the beat. A beat is the foundation of a rhythm, and a single beat that repeats regularly over time on intervals is called a pulse. So here you see 4 beats that form a pulse. So just like a metronome or like a clock that's ticking. So we call this a pulse, just like a heartbeat, so around this. So like a clock is ticking at the same pace. A pulse is the part where you nod your head to in the beat, you know? So if we have a pulse of like a second, we would have 60 beats per minute. And like maybe our average house beat is like 120. So that's maybe a good way how to visualize beats per minute. So we talked about rhythm as a language and like a muscle. And we can develop a much more deeper understanding of how different rhythms work and how rhythms are actually built. It's a funny exercise I stumbled upon and I want to do it with y'all. We use language to communicate through words, and those words we can break down into syllables. And if we break down those syllables in a musical force on the metronome, we can create a rhythm. So 2-syllable words: coffee, happy, teapot, morning. If we place that on the metronome, or in this case, a hi-hat loop, we can just say it out loud. Coffee, 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 coffee. First we can say it out loud, then we can play and say, so we can clap it. That's gonna be really, it's gonna be really funny to like. So like, coffee, 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 coffee. Right? Okay, you get it. So the first step is saying. The second step is saying and playing, and the third step is only be playing. So, right? Okay, you get it. We also have 3-syllable words. I think I have to go back. Oh yeah, so Let's say 3-syllable words. Rotterdam, 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 Rotterdam. Capybara, 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 capybara. Hippopotamus, 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 hippopotamus. You see? And you can create like different rhythms with these words, but also if you translate them into rhythms. So yeah, let's practice a little bit. We have a 4-beat rhythm. So it's a pulse of 4 beats. And we're gonna create a little rhythm. So first, we're gonna say it all out loud. Here we go. Tea, morning, capybara tea. Tea, morning, capybara tea. Ah, beautiful. The next step is to add some claps to it, right? And the third step is to keep saying it in your head, but keep clapping, right? So that's how we can internalize our rhythm. All right, here we go. Tea, morning, capybara tea. Tea. And now only with clapping. All right. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. So this is a way how we can translate rhythms and how how I'm thinking. Well, I'm not thinking capybara when I'm scratching, but like something like that, you know? I make a way of how to visualize or how to internalize these rhythms when I'm scratching in my band without using sheet music or just basic music theory. So yeah, it's time for the gym, I think. Again, right? So this is actually the first time I'm gonna do this, so I hope we all can get it. So instead of like only doing it with words, we can also just doing it with hands or with our bodies. So I'm also gonna still gonna play this metronome, and we can break it down into like maybe stamp, stamp, knee, knee, chest, chest, clap. Stamp, stamp, knee, knee, chest, chest, clap. Stamp, stamp, knee, knee, chest, chest, clap. I also want you to like say it out loud, right? Stamp, stamp, knee, knee, chest, chest, clap. Stamp, stamp, knee, knee, chest, chest, clap. And now only like say it in your head, but keep on doing the thing, right? Stamp. Take out the clap. No, take out the clap. Take out the clap. But keep saying it in your head. Take out the chest. Only the stamp. Nothing. Keep saying it in your head. Only the clap. Right, okay, you get it. So this is a way how we can like internalize these rhythms. This is a practice, I didn't come up myself with this practice, I saw it online, so I thought like, okay, this is a good way how to translate these rhythms into, yeah. So a word for this is audiation. When you like say it in your head, is what every musician like uses, I think. It's visualizing and saying patterns in your head that forms an internal sense of rhythm. Practicing these actions, you can develop coordination and control. I think that's essential, of crucial while playing for rhythmic and in time. Especially if like sometimes when you're in a crowd, it happens a lot in Holland. It's like, okay, let's clap along, and everyone goes in a different pace. This is the way we just learned how to keep in the same pace. I think y'all passed, you know? So yeah, it's identifying the pulse, vocalizing rhythms, counting out loud, and synchronizing movement. Oh shit, not another time, Jim. We just did it. So, but its rhythm will only come with practice and regular, and if you be consistent. Think of it like brain time training, and it takes time. So I want you to like get this with you for your week. Try to like apply it on your own practice. Maybe you play an instrument. Maybe it's just you were just gonna wake up every day with a little drawing, or maybe it can help you something with your own life. So thank you very much. Yeah, have a great day.